This is Kilo 4 Pop Echo Whiskey. I didn't hear anybody in the frequency, so I presume it is free. If not, say so now. Fine business. My name is Paul, K4PEW, as I think I said. Um, is there, no, I already said that. Net may be broken at any time if you have an emergency, but I'd call 911 first if I were you, and or your brother-in-law, one of the two. 911 is a better shot. For information on this net, you can see us now on YouTube. Just go to the YouTube, put in the search box K4PEW, and it'll bring up a premiere of this particular thing. You'll be able to see the screen on my radio, which is so exciting. Some people can't stand it. It's so exciting. But you can also you can hear who might not be able to hear with your own, because I'm obviously you're going to be hearing other stations you might not be able to hear, and then you'll get take a loan for a new antenna and a tower. But you can also go to 146.415.net. That's our website for Simplex, 146.415.net. Also go to groups. You can go. You don't have to. Groups.io. You don't have to do anything in this group. Groups.io. That's GROUPS.in Oscar. And put in the search block there, MJSS for Mount Juliet Simplex Society. Or you can send me an email at k4pew@arrl.net. By the way, that you can sign up for the email system. There's about 200 and change, 205 people on there or something like that. It's a pretty big group for a club that's kind of a club, but it's kind of not a club. You don't have to be anywhere, but we'll take anybody, any place. Okay, that normally meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday night and Saturday night. And we also conduct other nets, but we also, I'll mention that in a minute. This week, we're conducting a net on 146.415 FM Simplex. Purpose of the net is to have fun. If you're not having fun, don't show up. You don't have to be here, so go do something else fun. Have some good times with your wife or the kids or something. Bowling, whatever. But ham radio is supposed to be fun. That's the only reason I do it. We invite everyone. If it was work, I'd want to be paid, and I'd want to be gone. I'd be doing something else. Because this isn't, I don't know how much they pay me to do this, not much. Anyway, we invite everybody to use the net for amateur radio events. The only events I have to announce tonight is the Santa Net again is Saturday. That's next Saturday, 7 o'clock p.m. 7 o'clock p.m. 7 o'clock p.m. And Tony, KF4, KFQ, is the spokesperson for Santa on that net. He's put this together quite well over the last 21 years. It's going to be here on this frequency. It will also be on 446.415. It will also be on Zoom, which I will send out the details again to everyone a couple of times this week as a reminder. And also, but don't forget to check in. If you're on the radio or on Zoom, you can check in. You can also talk to Santa. You can have your kids talk to Santa. You can even talk to Santa if you like. So it should be fun. Just remember, 7 o'clock, Christmas Eve, on this frequency, or 446.415, or on Zoom. And so it should be good. In fact, I know it'll be good. I think this is the third year we've been simulcasting the net. Does anybody have, and then the nets, of course, tonight are this net on 2 meters, and then we move on to 144.240 upper sideband, sideband, and then we move on to 6 meters at 50.135, and then we move on to those that can stand at 223.415 FM on the 220 band, the forgotten band. It's kind of like the forgotten stew, chimp. This is the 223.415. And by the way, there are three 220 radios for sale, auction on that Schulman auction that I sent out information on, SCHULMAN, the Schulman auction. You can look it up on the web yourself. It's not due for the finalities until about 11 or 12 days. So it's no rush. But there are three 220 band rigs. One of them is a 25 watt rig, and the other is about 65 watt rig, similar to mine. So just be aware. I was going to buy them all and then sell them. Like I said, you don't see that many 220 rigs showing up. That's why I mentioned it. Anybody else have any other announcements besides the 10 meter net? That's tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. 10 meters, 7:30 p.m. I'm pretty sure Mike's going to be able to do the net. He's moved into his new location. That's KM4YRF, Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo 5 show, and he should be set up with his new antenna by tomorrow, I hope. If not, I'll be doing the net, or somebody will be. But anyway, 7:30 p.m., 28.415. We'll see you then. Anybody have any other? Oh, yeah, also, breakfast is going to be held, whether you like it or not, next Saturday morning at the Golden Corral. And that way, so if you can't afford it, like a Christmas Eve or Christmas dinner, you can show up for Christmas Eve breakfast with hams. A great way to spend the holidays. Anybody else have any other announcements?
NADNUT?
Hey, go ahead, Carl.
Hey, I just want to pass along, that Ed Nutter N1 Nut passed away this week.
Oh, that's horrible. I was just thinking about him. And oh, man. Where was he? Here in town, or was he in Alaska?
No, down in Florida. He was going to pick up his daughter from the doctor or something. Anyways, I think he was at a red light or stop sign or something and just passed on.
Well, that's bad news, of course. I know he had some health problems, but he just, did they say what it was? Heart attack or stroke or what?
Yeah, heart attack. They had him scheduled to do some surgery, but he actually told some people he didn't think he'd make it in time for the surgery. I guess it was a couple weeks away, but yeah, sure enough.
Oh, wow. So we lost one of the nuts.
Yes, sir. I'll let you get on. NADNUT.
Yeah, very good. I thank you for that, but it's not good news, but I'll pass that along. For those of you that might know, N1 NUT is he was the president of the Nashville Club for a long time, and he was a kind of fun guy to be around, and we shall miss him. He passed away in Florida, I guess, this week. Not good news. Anyway, any other announcements that are good? All right, very good. We're going to go ahead and start the net. It's 8:07. Again, we've got the 220 net at the end of this. For those of you who have 220, you don't have time to go out and buy a rig, so forget that idea between now and, say, 9 o'clock. So, we'll go ahead and proceed. Tonight we're starting with, from the west, we're net number 858, if you're keeping track. And if you're not, I just made you keep track by saying the number. But tonight we're going to take mobiles and people short on time first. Oh, Charles, I hear you just fine.
Yeah, I hear you. That's fine. I don't know who that was earlier, but I can barely hear him talk about that. I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah, sorry to hear about Ed Nutter. He is, yeah, I say Ed, he's no longer, but Carl is in Franklin, probably pretty much due south of you, I'm guessing about 25 miles, so maybe a little rough for you for some reason. Anyway, everything going all right for you?
Yeah, hopefully I can get my tail light in and my spark plug changed before next weekend. I've got to make it.
Very good. Look forward to seeing you. Anything else for the net?
Got cold. It's going to get colder. I'm ready for it.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's supposed to be down about 9 degrees, I'm told, and that's pretty cold for anybody. Very good. That was Charles up in the Joelton area. Who else? Joelton, Ashland City area. Who else is short on time or mobile?
Real quick, where did he move to?
Where did who move to?
Mike.
He is down closer to the Nashville airport.
Oh, he's not over here anymore?
No, he got kicked out of there.
All
right, very good. Anybody else mobile or short on time? No mobile or short on time? I'm going to move over to something else. All right. Do we have any first time checking? All righty. We don't have anything. We got Charles, me and Charles. Who else? We're going to start from the west, so please come now west.
KO4 OTV.
Yeah, I heard you there on the on D-Star earlier there, Joel.
Yeah, I wish I could hear net control, because I got here right at 7:14 when I walked out here. I was trying to get on DMR real quick, but I knew it was too late. So I think when I tried to, I did throw my call sign out, but I didn't hear anything. So I just switched right over to D-Star. And I didn't hear any activity at first. So I wasn't sure if they were even doing the net yet.
Oh, yeah. In fact, we had I forgot to mention that in the announcement. we had we had 7 on DMR, we had 8 on D Star, and 8 on C4 FM. So it's growing whether we like it or not.
Oh, that's outstanding news. I had no idea. I've never done the C4 FM. I don't even know that mode. I guess it's another digital mode, but it's one I haven't heard of very much.
Yeah, so you're telling me you can't even spell C4 FM.
Oh no, I mean I get all my numbers mixed up.
Very good. Yeah, no, that's the Yaesu one, the Yaesu Fusion.
Oh, is that what they call Yaesu Fusion?
Yeah, I guess that's the technical name, C4 they call it, but everybody calls it Fusion because it's the Fusion system, you know.
Oh, okay. I cross mode through DMR a lot on the Fusion on America Link through my hotspot, and I hear those guys just say Fusion all the time, so I didn't know if that's what it was called.
Yeah, very good. Hey, by the way, I was just talking about the hotspot with Carl earlier, and he said the hotspot that he has, I think the one he has, is about $300. I went to look on HRO and Gigaparts, and HRO only has these cheesy looking ones for $100 or something, and Gigaparts had nothing.
Well, I tell you, I use an MMDVL hotspot. It's one of them old Chinese ones, and I paid like $100 for it. I don't know, a year and a half ago, but now they're ridiculous. You're better off buying an open spot 3 or 4 Pro.
That's not the Shark, is it?
Yeah, Shark RF makes it. Yeah, they're kind of high, but you don't have have to carry a bunch of nonsense around with you like a battery pack or some way to keep it charged, and it's got a built-in battery, and it's kind of a pretty much plug-and-play deal there.
Yeah, because Carl said $300, and I only get paid 300, for the Yaesu Fusion. I mean, for the DMR radio I have, I only paid $350 for that.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm telling you, man, you can get them little knockoff ones. Once I learned how to program them and configure them, man, I liked it. I use it constantly. I use it everywhere I go. I have a little ammo can that I have it all kind of tied together with my battery, backup battery, my charger, the whole 9 yards is in there. So I just carry that ammo can with me everywhere I go, and I'm good to go, mobile or wherever I'm at. I just use my phone for a hotspot, and boom, I'm good. But I tell you, you can get those still for about, I don't know, between 150 and 170. I've seen.
All right, very good. I'm just curious. Yeah, that's what I need is more ham paraphernalia, to clutter up my shack.
Don't we all?
I'm telling you, man. If you would have told me when I started in this 17 or 18 years ago that I have all this crap laying around in here that I use usually, I wouldn't believe you.
Well, I think like that a lot too, and I think we all go through that phase. But I try to make sure every piece of equipment I have earns its keep somehow.
Well, so now you got to get 220.
I know, man. And I was talking to a guy the other day, and I guess he was trying to he was programming a radio out there in Lebanon, and I heard him come across the Lebanon Watertown repeaters. I thought, oh man, I've never used this Watertown repeater before, and there's a great sounding repeater down there. I couldn't believe how crisp it was, and he came across, and I'd hollered back at him 2 or 3 times, and he was telling me he's getting a 220 radio. I said, I'm gonna say Paul might be the culprit on that, right? He said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Yeah, I figured that's what it was because I haven't heard this many people talk about 220 ever."
No, that's it's like you heard me. I don't know if you heard me on the front end. It's like the forgotten band, like the forgotten Stooge, Shemp.
Oh, it is. There's no question about it. I've only got one radio that can receive it, and they won't transmit, but it's a little HT. But I need to get one. I don't know. I know it might give me a little cheap one. I don't know how cheap they can go, but I sure like to try.
150 will get you one off on 150 or so off of Amazon for the Retivus or TYT.
Oh, I didn't know those did 220.
Yeah, they got a single band, 220, 65 watt.
Well, heck, I may get one if it's just a single band.
We'll get 2, one for the car.
Well, I've got a 2-meter only in the truck, and it's a 2980. It's a 80-watt radio, which I've got it up to 100 right now, which I never use. Usually runs 30 watts on it, or 25, I think. It's not even that much, and it does great. It's just I call it the George Foreman.
Does it have a little pan underneath that collects all the grease?
It does actually. It's in the middle of the console. It's got a in the 2017 F-150. It has to it. So I mounted the ham radio to that on top of it. And it just got fins all over it. It's wild looking.
Oh, wow. Well, anything else for the net before we take over the net here?
No, go ahead, Paul. It's all you, my friend. It's KO4OTV. 7th grade, everybody on net. Appreciate everything you do, buddy.
All right, Joel. Good talking to you. That's Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Tango Victor. Talked him into another couple of radios, I think. He's talking me into a hotspot. We'll see. And that was Joel. He's in the Joelton area, west of Joelton, right? Who else is short on time? Oh, anybody. We're going anybody from the west. Please come down.
This is KO4YQD, Pat and Hermitage.
Hello, Pat. You doing okay? Man, we drug up a lot of traffic on the site this week, didn't we?
Yeah, sounds like it. Definitely. We got quite a bit going on. I'm doing okay and everything here. Just glad to finally be back inside where it's warm. I mean, it's kind of chilly out there, but then you had that wind, and man, that is tough. Did a lot of antenna work today. I was wondering if my signal or anything is any better than it has been over the last couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, you're doing great to me. You're an S9 right here. What did you do with the antenna? Just stick it out in the window?
Well, the mobile antenna and mag mount, the brand new ones I had installed in my bedroom, they were giving me an SWR of 3.0. So I took those out on the deck and put them on a metal table. That increased my SWR to 5.0, and I couldn't even operate the radio without possibly damaging it. So I took that out of the mag mount and screwed my previous mobile antenna into the mag mount out there on the deck. And now my SWR on 2 meters, if I'm at 146 or 147, is 1-to-1. If I'm less than 146, then my SWR is effectively 0 because the meter doesn't move. And I'm getting a lot better reception of people. Signal strength is the same as always, but everybody sounds a lot louder and clearer. So I think with the way I've got the coax and other things positioned, I've made it cut out a lot of noise.
Yeah, those mobile antennas and like the antennas that come with or the antennas that go on HTs are often have terrible SWRs, just terrible.
Yeah, I know that. That's unfortunate. It's got to really play with the coax and just do a lot of stuff, to get it as good as you can. And I have all of my radio wires out and connected and everything too, but seems like a great improvement on the SWR and the reception. So that's what I've been working on, and now I'm going to have to tear into that new mobile antenna and see what's wrong. I figure with SWRs as high as that, with that antenna and everything else being the same, that there may be an internal problem somewhere with that antenna. May even have to ship it back. But that's pretty much what I've been doing this afternoon and early evening and everything. When did you say the next breakfast will be? Did you say it would be up at Golden Corral next Saturday?
Yep, Christmas Eve morning, 8 o'clock. That's what the time the doors open. That's why we start at 8. We hang around out there like on the back of seagulls on the back of a fishing boat at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, if I happen to be up, which I may just be up that morning, I'll definitely try to come by. I know it's been a while since I've been to any of those breakfasts, but the one I did go to, I think there were several people there, got to meet a lot of people and everything. So sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it's always fun. Be happy to have you. Anyway, anything else for that, Pat? Yeah, there was a lot of traffic on the email thing, is what I was talking about your finding somebody who could install a radio for you.
Yeah, that's crazy. All the companies that won't run a wire through a firewall, and I could do all the rest. I could do it myself, except just the firewall thing, and I don't want to accidentally break down one of my car systems. So what I pretty much decided to do, which I think makes better sense, since I'm primarily going to be using it to drive to parks and activate parks with parks on the air for 1 or 2 hours at a time, I'm looking into a lithium iron phosphate mobile or portable battery with about 25 or 30 amp hours. I think that would serve my needs possibly be overkill. Plus, with that, if I'm in a park's on the air, and I want to go down a trail somewhere, go off into the woods or up on a little hill, if I've got that portable battery, carry a portable antenna, then I'm in business. So I'm thinking that may be a better thing altogether since it's mainly parks on the air. I did have one other question. The net that comes up right after this one, could you give me that frequency again so I can join that?
Sure, it's 144.240 and it's upper side range.
Okay, sounds good. I'll try to make that. And thanks a lot. Everything. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you later. This is KO4YQE.
Yeah, very good. That was Pat, and he's in the Hermitage over there near Summit Hospital. That's Kilo Oscar 4 Yankee, Quebec Echo. Who else is West?
W5DFR.
Well, it might have been a double, but I think that Rick won. You doing okay, Rick? I've only talked to you twice already tonight.
Yes, sir, but it's counting. You got good signal from everybody so far, and having a great night.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. It's a little cool out there though. Like one of the other guys said, it's getting so where you have to put on. Like when I went out and was riding my riding mower, trying to get rid of a bunch of leaves in the front lawn, and I made a point to wear some light gloves.
Absolutely, gonna want them for the next week plus.
Oh yeah. Well, having grown up in a winter climate, I don't mind the cold weather, but my hands still get cold.
Absolutely. All right, everybody have a great night. Talk to you on the next one. W5DFR.
Yeah, very good. That's Rick. He's here in just east of Percy Priest Lake. East of Percy Priest Lake. Whiskey 5 Delta Foxtrot Romeo. Who else is West?
KG4ILV Jackson Donaldson.
Yes, you're KG4ILV-A, and I'm KG4ILV-B. I'm D-Star.
Hey, you're free to go ahead and put your name in here. Take my name out.
I haven't even attempted to look and see how to do that. Tell you the truth.
No, you're just going to blame it on me whenever you go off the rails.
That's right. I'll just start raising Cain on there, and then they'll come over and arrest you.
We'll think we're listening to CB again.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Anyway, good to hear you on the air. You doing all right, Jack?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for doing that. 73 to everybody out there, and carry on.
Yeah, very good. That was Jack and Donaldson. Kilo Gold 4 India, Lima Victor. I'm using his DM. One of his two DMR, D-Star radio. D-Star I was surprised how good D-Star audio is, in case somebody doesn't have D-Star. I don't know if I want to buy a radio or not, but I only have like 8 now. I don't know if I need another mode. Who else is West?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo Greg and India.
Very good, Greg. You all fired up for the 220 now?
I am. I'm ready for those next few nets. Another net, no traffic to speak of.
Yeah, ready for our cavalcade of nets on a Saturday night. Yeah, we only do what? 7. That's a big deal. Anyway, that's Kilo Delta 4 Charlie, Victor Echo, Greg, and Antioch. Who else is West?
KC4TNT.
Got Charles in there. Good signal, Charles. Yeah, I don't know if you heard. Greg said you also had a slight warble in your signal, but it went away on the whichever net we were doing, DMR.
Yeah, I heard him say that. I don't know. Who knows? Might have been an airplane flying over. Who knows? But Special Father said Nutter's family, and he was one of the he signed off on my extra, however many years ago it was.
Oh wow, yeah, he was a character. He really was. He just was a character. He was a good guy, but don't get me wrong, he was a character.
He was definitely an extrovert. But anyway, everyone have a good evening. Thanks for being there. KC4TNT.
Yeah, well, he also was I don't know how long he was in the Army, but it was a long time. Very good. That was Charles, Kilo Charlie 4 Tango, November, Quebec. He's in West Nashville. Great signal. Who else is the West? All right. This isn't silent check-in day. Who is that? I'm not getting any copy on that. No audio. Okay, I got nothing in West. Anybody else?
Kilo Mike 4, Mike X-Ray Echo, Clint in Old Hickory.
Oh, Clint, how are you? Was that you with the no audio?
who that was. Try to give him a minute.
Oh, okay, very good. It's plus sure. Sometimes people do that, and the mic doesn't make a connection, or they hit it by accident. Besides, I don't think I'd own up to it either. I have, I have owned up to my mistakes a few times.
That's the defining feature of a good parent.
I get. It's funny when I've had a couple. I don't know if I've done it. I saw somebody else do it, and they were listening. They were on a dual band radio, and they were listening to that the big net, the statewide net on the full 40 repeaters, whatever that thing is called. I never go on, and he was monitoring that, and he went to talk on the other side, and he forgot he was still on that side, and here he announces himself to the entire state of Tennessee by accident.
I'd go ahead and unprogram that particular slot.
It was just fun. But I've done that. I accidentally, on those Bowfangs, you can transmit anywhere you want. And I was monitoring, I don't know. I don't even think I was paying any attention. And I accidentally transmitted onto one of the police or fire. I forget what it was, the 911 operator or something, when I was mobile on my bicycle one time. That was embarrassing.
Yes, sir. Well, I know you were about to jump to a different sector, so I'll pass over so they can check in.
Very good. That's Clint, Kilo Mike 4, Mike X-Ray Echo. And that's Old Hickory, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, I actually remember. My memory will last longer than 5 minutes. Anyway, that was Clint at Old Hickory. Who else is west or south? Okay, you jumped in there. Did you move south there, did you, James?
I sat here hanging out waiting.
No, that's all right. Don't worry about it. It's like I tell people, there's no rules. If you feel you have to jump in there, you jump in. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, just a little cold. Having a little bit of a cold.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't think of my house as being real warm. I couldn't even tell you what temperature, because I don't set the temperature. My wife does. I think that's pretty common for people who are married. And when I went outside to do work, and I was out there for an hour or so, I came back in and said, "Man, it's warm in the house."
Well, I got a little space heater in here.
Oh, really? Do you need one in that room?
Yeah, it's pretty cool in here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's still nice. It's nice to have the cool weather. Makes you appreciate the warm weather.
So I went out today where I had to go out to get paper and all that stuff. I put a coat on and a cap.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, but you went to school up in Chicago, so you know what cold winters are like.
Yeah, that years ago.
Oh, I know, but you remember how cold it was and windy.
So snow was packed 5 feet high, deep up there.
Yeah, we don't want that. That's too much like work.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of work. All that snow.
Yeah, very good. Anything else for the net team?
No, I don't think so.
Very good. We look forward to hearing from you again. That's Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India, James in Mount Juliet. Who else is south? Very good, Bill. How are you doing tonight? Yep, very good. That's Bill in Murfreesboro. It is Kilo November 4. I think I wrote it down right. November Yankee in Murfreesboro. Very good. Who else is south? Or south? Let's just stay with south for a minute. I'm sorry, I doubled with you. South, please. Hello, Mr. Santa Claus intermediary.
Gosh, who was that?
I don't know, but he's got a hell of a reverb.
Yeah, it's that godlike quality that Santa has, I think.
Oh man, I think that's like a CB with a reverb mic, you know.
Yeah, well, he smokes a pipe, but nobody ever says what's in the pipe.
No, I can imagine.
Well, I mean, he's 18 billion years old, so he knows something. He's probably got supply. Well, man, maybe that's why he's making a trip around the world. He's got to check in on all his suppliers.
I think so. So anything good going on, Tony, besides the Santa Net?
Nah, it's been a boring day. My ham shack looks like a squirrel's moved in with all the cables and everything running, getting ready for the Santa Net. But personal, please, if you're out there, please check into the Santa Net. Even if you don't have little ones, you can check in and just say hello. KF4
Yeah, very good. It's Tony trying to appeal to people to check in with Santa. That'll be next Saturday evening at 7 p.m. Don't hesitate to do so. Just looking for a little more traffic, making it interesting for everybody. Kind of like if we have a net here, it's not interesting if nobody checks in, because nobody's going to sit here and listen to me for an hour. I wouldn't be here for an hour if nobody checked in. First net, as I remember the story, that lasted about 2 minutes because nobody checked in. Anyway, that was Tony, KF4 KFQ, and he's in Smyrna. And appreciate what he's doing on Santa Net thingy. Who else is Sal?
Kilo 4, Mike Dolphy, Chris.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Fine. So I my second time checking in. I checked in once over the summer when I was in COVID jail in my own house. My main radio in 897 has been out of commission for the past little while. The internal power supply died. I finally broke down and bought a external, so I'm trying it out here for the first time.
Oh, you said the 897? I've got one. You says it has an internal power supply?
It was an option. So underneath where those the two battery packs go, if you do that, there was a bolt-in power supply that goes in that same slot, and that's what had died on me.
Yeah. See, I didn't get. You're right. I forgot all about that. I remember, for some reason, I had it in my head for a long time that the tuner option went in that slot as well, or the two batteries option, which I didn't buy either because they're like $100 a piece. So I said, nah, I think I'll buy the external power supply.
Yeah, I bought the whole shooting match. That's probably like 2005 or so. So I got the batteries, I got the power supply, I got the tuner. So it's been a good radio until the power supply decided to end it.
Yeah, no, I've had this. I had it about the same length of time as you, and that 897 is really a very nice radio.
Yeah, I've enjoyed my time with it, and so I'm trying to start checking in here a little more often. I've not been very active the past several years with work and family and whatnot, but this is kind of like, I guess, a pre-New Year's resolution to try to make it at least on Saturdays.
Okay, that'd be great. Yes, we don't have any rules about showing up, so we appreciate everybody who does show up, and we don't say bad things about the people that don't show up, because that'd be a lot of people, because we get 20 or 30 people on the net, and then there's 200 on the mailing list, and then there's others that aren't on the mailing list who check in. So that's a lot of people not checking in on a nightly basis. But we just give a place for people to check in if they can. And as you know, work and family are more important than the nets.
That's true. Yeah, it's good to have a balance, but sometimes those things just take over. But glad y'all are here. I like the idea of a Simplexton Net. I like seeing how far out I can hear folks. But it's a really good thing y'all have going here. But I'll let you move on to someone else, and I'll just hang out here. K4MGY.
Yeah, Chris, I forgot. Where are you located?
So I'm in Smyrna, just about 2 miles southeast of the Sam Ridley I-24 intersection, right behind Rock Springs Middle School.
Oh, very good. I wasn't sure where you were. Okay, that's Smyrna. That's Chris in Smyrna, Kilo 4 Mike, Golf, Yankee. Good signal, by the way. Yeah, really, I feel bad, but that 897 was my first HF, all mode rig for 2 meters 70 centimeters, and I used it. Well, I used it for years, 15 years or so, and I feel bad that it's sitting up on the shelf staring at me. It's like it's lonely. Anyway, who else? Who else is south?
Kilo Echo 4, Yankee Victor.
Hello, Larry, and again, appreciate you doing the nets. And we're really kicking butt on those nets now. We're really creeping up the numbers, aren't we?
Yeah, it's nice for a second. We'll let you get on with it, Paul. KT4SYB.
Yeah, that's Larry, Kilo Echo 4, Sierra, Yankee Victor. He does the D-Star nets at 7:15. That's 1915 in the military time, as they say, the 24-hour time, really. And that's on that every Saturday night. And that's Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Who else is Sal?
W41.
Hello, Mr. Mike. How are you doing?
Hey, pretty good. Joel up there in Jolton, I guess he finally got his coax or antenna fixed. I hear him about 4 or 5 units.
Oh, awesome. You weren't hearing him before, or was he just a bad signal?
Well, when he first got started, didn't he have issues?
Oh, he's got issues.
We all do, but no, back when he was getting started, was it him up there in Jolton that had issues with a coax or antenna or whatever?
Joel has a couple of minor issues, but that's with D-Star, I believe, because he's got low wattage. But it was I think it was Charles who had the issues you're thinking of up there in Ashland City area.
Well, okay, that may have been it. I was going to say, wow, he fixed it. Anyway, I'll get out of here and 73 to everybody.
Very good. That was Mike, and he's in Laverne. Whiskey Oscar 4 Yankee. Great signal. Of course, it is a great anything in Nashville, Davidson County, and going down to Murfreesboro. I hear almost everybody really well. So it's a breeze. I have trouble way out east, and I have trouble way far. I say trouble, very low signal way far north. Well, anything over 45 miles or so, which is I feel blessed to be in this location. That's the reason I started the net. Who else is south?
Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet.
Hello, Jim. How are you?
I'm all right, Paul. How about yourself?
Doing good. I'm finally almost recovered.
Good to hear. Glad to hear it. I didn't know if y'all had a breakfast this morning. I was working again, so I missed it if you did. And I was told I can't go anywhere Christmas Eve. So, anyways, it's going to be a while before I make it to another breakfast.
Well, again, we have 2 breakfasts a month, so you can miss 2 breakfasts a month if you want to.
Well, okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm doing very well with that.
We might start giving awards because, man, you're on to about. I don't keep track of who shows up at breakfast, but I'll bet you haven't been to a breakfast then. It was during COVID at the park, I think.
Yeah, that was last time at the park. You wouldn't recognize me now, anyways.
Grew a beard and shaved your head?
Almost.
Did you grow a beard?
Oh yeah, I got a beard. Yeah, in fact, I've had it for. It had to have been over a year since I've seen y'all.
Oh yeah, I'm confident it is. It takes a while to grow a good beard. How long? Is a long beard or a close trim beard?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a good Santa Claus length, I guess.
So it's kind of a manly beard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very good. I was going to ask you something about motorcycles, but I forget what it was now. You're not been out on the motorcycle today, I'll bet.
No, I was in the truck working this morning, and no, I haven't been on the motorcycle in a while. So I think since we went to Alabama and come back, it's been very, very wet, and when the weather is nice, I'm working there and not able to actually take a ride and enjoy it. So definitely waiting for summer, and it's going to get colder before it gets warmer. It looks like.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're gonna need a heated motorcycle. Anyway, that was Jim in Woodbury. Good signal. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet. Who else is Sal? Hello, Scott. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Back to the D-Star Net, and Larry was running that tonight. He was so quiet over here in Laverne compared to 2 meter right now.
Oh yeah, he was very quiet. I was like I said, I am impressed with the audio quality on D-Star.
Yeah, I don't do it that often, but no, that sounded great.
Yeah, it's just that the pity of it is that even D-Star radios are expensive. If you just can't go out and buy a two meter D-Star only radio for $150 like you can with FM. And I think they run the cheapest one available, $250 or $300.
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of options out there now. I use the 7100, and I see them for sale every now and then for $650.
Well, that's pretty expensive for a 2-meter radio.
Well, it's an all band.
Oh, okay, it is an all band. I got you. Oh, that's right. It's all band on HF as well.
Yeah, 160 to 220. No, not 220. 2-meter, 6-meter, 440.
Yeah, that's cool. And that's which model is that again on the Icon?
7100.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one. I've never had an Icon radio. I've used them a few times in other, in club shacks when I was in Florida, but I hate to buy another model radio because then the microphones have to be different, and it's different stuff.
Yeah, you end up with a lot of connectors, don't you? All right, carry on. K1 that's pretty.
Very good. That's Scott in Laverne. Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. Great signal. Of course, again, Laverne's not too tough for me. Who else is south? South or east?
Yeah, for SIB.
All right, very good. So is the XY will take the day off?
No. Yeah, for SOR as well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Another big cavalcade of nets night.
Cool. Are we still going to do breakfast next week?
Oh, yeah, I'll be there.
Good enough. I will too, in all likelihood. Everything going well down there with you?
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't miss because there's at Golden Corral, man, there's bacon with my name on it,
I was on 40 meter a while ago and talked to one of the 12 days of Christmas out of New York they do every year. I caught the, what's that? 60s Atlantic.
Who does that net up there?
Well, the guy I talked to was N2FIX, Nathan Fix, out of Attica, New York. But it's, well, hang on a second. The call was W2G, and it's out of Ipsy Terrace, New York.
I don't know what it is. You know what the 3 industries are in Attica, New York?
Yeah, the guy doing it was out of Attica.
Yeah, so you know what the 3 industries are?
Yeah.
Deer hunting, farms, and the prison.
The whole famous part of it, I guess, was the prison.
Oh yeah, it's that prison's. I'll give you a little piece of trivia if you didn't already know it. Attica Prison's been there since the early part of the 20th century, and I've been in a tour inside the Attica Prison, so I have some familiarity with. I'm saying it's a tour, but the tour lasted 3 years. No, it wasn't that at all. I went for a tour, and the walls that surround Attica Prison are 14 feet high. They go down through the grass, down another 14 feet. No, wait a minute, not 40, 40, excuse me, 40 feet high and 40 feet deep.
It took them forever to dig that trench.
Can you imagine? 40 feet high and 40 feet deep. And it's in the middle of where it is. It's near Buffalo. It's about 40 miles, I think, from Buffalo. But it's in, it's in farmlands. And so I don't know what they did to build that prison, but man, it's an antiquated looking prison. Looks like something out of a bad movie.
Wow. You sure does look like something out of a horror movie.
Yeah, no, it does. It's like it's pretty rough looking. All of the and it's not a nice. Everybody talks about how people in prison got it easy. You ought to see the cells in that prison, man. It's 2 people or to a cell. At least the ones I saw. There may be others that I wouldn't be familiar with. And I'm not joking. That cell couldn't have been more than about 6 feet by 12 feet for 2 people.
That is what you call cramped quarters, and then they wonder why they have so much fight.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. That's I guess I don't know what. Yeah, I'm guessing they do have problems. My gosh, because Attica is a maximum security prison, so it's going to have the maximum security guys in it. Anyway, anything else for the net, Richard?
No, I'm done. I appreciate it. Send everybody Merry Christmas, but don't talk to them before and probably will. But anyway, take care. Thank you for what you're doing, and I'll talk to you when I can. KI4SIB activate.
Very good. That's Richard, KI4SIB, and Stephanie, KI4SOR. just west of downtown Lebanon. Who else is south or east?
Okay, I'm 4HQ.
Sound good tonight, Stan? Are doing well?
Doing pretty well, Paul. Did you hear me on the D-Star now earlier?
Oh, I heard you great. You had a great signal.
Yeah, I know Larry said he didn't see my the message scroll on the girls' screen. So I don't know if I have the radio set quite right, but I'll try.
Well, did he say your signal was, he was able to hear you okay, though?
Yes, he just didn't see when the message scrolls across the screen. I guess he didn't see my call sign and whatever, but he said he heard me well.
For some reason, I thought it showed up on my screen, but maybe that's a problem with just where you are versus where he is, because you know where he is down there in Rockville.
Yes, I know he's way down south of me.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, anything else for the Mets, Dan?
No, it's all Paul back to I'm part QE.
Very good. That's Stan. He's in just north of downtown Lebanon. Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Who else is east?
54 CFC, Chris and Royal.
Hello, Mr. Chris. That's twice tonight. Sounds good down in Rural Hill.
How are you, Paul?
Very good. I'm in a warm room, so I'm happy.
Yeah, we're a little toasty over here too in the computer room playing a game, so it gets a little warm. Yeah, just running around doing stuff this afternoon, just kind of settling in for the evening.
Yeah, very good. Anything good for the net?
No, not too much really.
Very good. That's Chris, and he's in Rural Hill, which would be southeast of me or so, on the east side of Percy Priest Lake. Kilo Go 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo. Who else is east?
Hey, Papa Lima Alpha.
Okay, we had it was a double in there, but Philip won. How you doing?
Oh, doing pretty good, Paul. Just sitting around here and just looking up words. I had to look up the word cavalcade to see what it meant. I'm impressed. I don't know where you get these words at, like cavalcade and pestle fortitude and so forth, but I'm impressed. I've never heard that word used before. And according to Google, it says the cavalcade is a formal procession of people walking on horseback or riding in vehicles. But yep, good job. WAPLA. Back to you.
Oh no, I've always found words to be the usage of words and the misuse of words and how they can be fun. I mean, it's a fun thing because it puts images into your mind when the words are descriptive, you know. So it's kind of fun to have. Actually, you know, so they had I'm pretty sure one of the sports programs. Maybe it was in the 50s, maybe it was in the 60s. It was like I think we called it the Cavalcade of Sports, and it wasn't a horse racing event or anything like that. It was just, you know, it's like they were covering a whole series of different kinds of sports events, and so we're covering a whole series of different nets on the air. So I decided to call it a cavalcade. Even sounds funny to say it. It makes me laugh. Cavalcade of nets.
Oh yeah, yep. I get tickled every time I hear it. But yep, I'm highly impressed that anybody even has that word in their vocabulary, ready to fire it off. I mean, that's impressive stuff.
Oh, I don't know. I've always had a pretty good command of words. Just my thinking that gets in the way.
Well, see, if I tried to do that, I'd use a word and it would probably make me look like an idiot because I'd be using it improperly.
I got to tell you a quick aside here. My wife, I was getting to know her in the first year of marriage or so. She's from Long Island, so they have some different language skills up in Long Island. And she goes, well, that's about the juxta that thing. I said, what? She said, that's the juxta. I said, what's a juxt? You know, the main issue. You know, what's the point of the thing? It's juxt. I said, how do you spell that? And she says, I think it's Juxct. I go, okay, do you think that's in the dictionary? Yeah, I'm sure it is. We hear it all the time. I go, not in the real world. There is no juxt of anything.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Paul. Well, I've had my fun with you for tonight. I'm going to shut up and let you carry on and say 7-3 to everybody, and thanks for doing the net. WHCLA, back to net control.
Yeah, that's Whiskey 8, Papa Lima Alpha, Philip in Tucker's Crossroads. Good signal. Who else is east? East or north? Boy, silence is not golden. Nobody else east or north?
WB0 NLO.
Okay, very good, Mark. Sound good. Um, Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar Oscar. Everything well? Everything well on your end?
Everything's well. I was sitting here avoiding you, and then it was so silent on North, I thought I better at least check in.
Well, I think you just leave the radio on during the net, so your wife will be annoyed by hearing my voice.
Yeah, actually, she's a pretty nice person. I don't know where you got this idea of talking bad about my wife, but I'm going to tell her.
Oh, I'm not talking bad about her. You just said that she was remarking that she'd hear me on the air. I was like, oh, him again?
Oh, yeah, I'm kidding. But I really don't have anything for the net. Just haven't done anything too exciting. Went downtown Nashville last night. And, I hated to go down there. We go down to the symphony or something, and the one time I think I'll need it the most, I'm not allowed to take my gun and give the car to a valet and all that. I think, why am I doing this?
Yeah. Have you considered using one of those safes you can lock up in the, it's attached to the vehicle?
Yeah, I've got one, but I'd forget to unlock it when I got in the car, and then I'd really feel bad.
Yeah, I'm with you. Anyway, very good. You got anything else on that, Mark?
Nope, not a thing. Have a good net. I imagine I'll be tied up next Saturday. We're having the family here for Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't drag him over to Golden Corral. It's kind of a mixed crowd over there.
Oh yeah, I don't even want them to know I associate with that group.
I don't blame you. That was Mark. He's in Northwest Wilson County. Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar. Who? Anybody else north? North or anywhere?
Kilo Quebec 4 Alpha Echo Mobile.
Hey, you sound good. You're not on the HT anyway.
Nope. I'm actually out here by the racetrack.
The racetrack over there south of or off of 8, whatever that is.
Yeah, off at 840. I'm dropping one of my daughter's friends off back at her house.
Oh, awesome. Is that racetrack being used now? I forget.
Yeah. I believe it's scheduled to have a NASCAR race next year. I don't know if it's the main NASCAR. It might be one of the sub. I know there's multiple levels within NASCAR, but I don't know if it's one of the national. Someone else could probably speak better to it.
I was just curious. I hadn't heard anything, and I've not been to the track. I've been by it. I just wanted because I noticed the Nashville, the one over there at the state fairgrounds, are going to try to re-energize that thing.
Yeah, it's pretty short. That one by the racetrack, by the National, a quarter mile, I think. This one, the sign says Super Speedway, but I don't know if it's. I thought Super Speedway for a mile and a half. I might have my information all wrong.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. What is Daytona? 2.5?
Again, I'm not sure. If my dad was on the radio, he'd know all those names.
Yeah, very good. Anyway, yeah, I was never really. I like NASCAR, but I never really got into it in that sense. But I do. I always enjoyed Indy cars. Those were the cool ones to me when I was a kid. Anyway, anything else on that, Chris?
No, sir. Thank you very much. 73, and if I don't get on the radio before Christmas Eve, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yeah, very good, Chris. Kilo Quebec 4 Alpha Echo Tango, wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. And he was mobile. Who else? Anybody? Any place, anywhere?
Kilo 4 Alpha Lima, Alan.
Hey, Alan. I was just thinking about you earlier today. It was funny. I was in my own mind. I was trying to straighten things out. There's 3 people with the Allen name that check in with some regularity. I was trying to keep them straight because I wasn't sure that everybody's name was. I know yours, but the other 2 I wasn't positive.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I've got a very common last name, Brown. So Alan is actually my middle name. My first name is Michael. So I have all kinds of issues. I've got such a common name. But I was the silent, no audio guy earlier. For some reason, I had to reboot everything. So I'm glad it's working now anyway. Have you ever bought anything off of Schulman?
I have not, but I know that like Robin has, and you know Robin.
Oh yeah, I every time I look on there, the stuff looks very clean, but I've never actually bid on anything. So glad to hear that somebody's actually done that. You know, 'cause I've often wondered, you know, how that goes.
He looks like a pretty slick operation, really. I was wondering it first time I saw them, but they look like they run a pretty clean shop.
Yeah, very good. Okay, well, sure to see how everything goes on the other frequencies. That's the net K4AL.
Very good. That's Alan Kilo 4 Alpha Lima. He's actually down in near Alexandria, but he goes through a remote station that's in Hermitage. Anybody else, any place, anywhere, please come down. Last chance, or maybe second to last chance. Please come down. No lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers, lackeys, um, scanner listeners, flat earthers, end time survivalists,
Terrible.
turbals. Anybody, please come down. Unauthorized people, please come down.
Did you forget the USB dongle?
Oh, I did. Yeah, the SD dongles. Uh, yeah, that's. I don't hear too much about the donglers anymore. But no, it's really the hotspots. But nobody can get into a hotspot on a Simplex FM net that I'm aware of.
No, you're better off with the radio.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, we should. I probably mentioned it before. I'm sure I did, but I was thinking about putting a listen only echo link up, only so that people would realize there's a Simplex net going on. I wouldn't want people checking in on echoing. It'd be a pain. I used to do that, and we get people from all over. Just anyway, that you don't want to talk to.
Lord.
Yeah. Anyway, anybody else? Any place, anywhere? Not even an SDR dongle. Okay, no hotspots, no donglers. Um, okay, we're going to move on. We had 25 seconds. And we're going to go right over to 144.240, 144.240 upper sideband right now, unless somebody jumps in. All right, that's where I'm going. 144.240 upper sideband. We'll see you there. This is Kilo 4, Pop Echo Whiskey, Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Looking for check-ins on here wherever we are on 144.240. Please come now. From the west. All right, sound good. It sounds a little rougher than normal. How's my copy to you there, Greg?
Not as good as the other bands tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, sometimes it's very good, but today it's a little rougher. Anyway, that was Greg, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo in Antioch. Who else is west?
Kilo Golf 4, Victor and Old Hickory.
All right, it was a double, and I heard both of them, but I only heard the one call correctly. That was Jack's. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Sound good, Jack?
Thank you. You do too.
Very good. Who was the other station? I think it was Old Hickory.
Kilo Mike 4, Mike X-Ray Echo, Clint and Old Hickory.
Ah, very good, Clint. I got you in there. That's Kilo. A good signal, by the way. Kilo Mike 4, Mike X-Ray Echo and Old Hickory. Who else is west?
Kilo 4 Alpha Lima.
Ah, very good. That's way down in Alexandria. That's Alan, Kilo 4 Alpha Lima. But again, his shack is in the west, which is in Hermitage. No, it's in Hermitage. I get it right here. It is in Hermitage, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll call it Hermitage. It's one of those weird areas. It's the Old Hickory mailing address and Mount Juliet phone number, but it's closer to Hermitage.
Yeah, there's people in Mount Juliet that actually live in Davidson County. It's weird. Anyway, that was Alan, Kilo 4 Alpha Lima. Who else is west?
Most of that is in Davidson County. The guy was in Texas and was insisting that I lived in Davidson County.
That's right. And he would know, right?
Yeah, his database said, hey, this guy lives in Davidson County. So it actually turned into a long story. But anyway, you sound really good here.
Yeah, you sound great here as well. But again, you're coming from Hermitage, or wherever that is, undisclosed locations. And again, Kilo 4 Alpha Lima. Who else is west?
This is Kilo 4 KYQE.
Hey, very good. You sound good, Pat.
Yeah, all right. So you were talking about Hermitage. I run several groups on Facebook that have to do with Hermitage, and I get a lot of people with membership requests. They get confused and they don't read it. And they're from Hermitage and other places like Hermitage, Pennsylvania. It's kind of funny.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, there's an office. There's a new medical office building here, just around the corner from me. In that Walmart area in Mount Juliet, and it's every time I look at the sign, I get it confused in my head because it's not called Hermitage, it's called Heritage, and I thought that was a poor choice of a building name in this area.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that too, and I'll misinterpret one for the other because I don't read it closely enough. But Heritage or Hermitage, it's definitely pretty confusing. And there's a neighborhood out on the west side of town called Green Hills, and then all of a sudden, here is a neighborhood popping up over here in Mount Juliet called, I think, Green Hill without the S, and that's kind of confusing too.
Oh boy, yeah, I bet it is. Anyway, that was Pat, Kilo Oscar 4, Yankee Quebec Echo. He's in Hermitage, over by the hospital. Who else is west or south?
KF4, KFQ.
Hey, Tony, you sound good. KFQ. You're here copying everybody well tonight?
Most of them. There's been a couple that I missed, but most of them.
All right, very good. Just want to see if the propagation is better here. It's better here than it is on DMR. Anyway, that's Tony, Kilo Foxtrot 4, Kilo Foxtrot Quebec. He's in Smyrna. Who else is south?
Kilo 4, Mike Golf Yankee.
Kilo 4, Mike Golf Yankee. That was the guy who's only checking a couple of times here. How you doing?
Pretty good, yeah. I just figured I would try sideband on the vertical and just see what happens.
Oh yeah, it works fine. Works fine. How's your my copy to you?
No problem. Perfect copy. You're certainly 10, 12 over.
Oh yeah, you're a good 10 over, bumping up towards 20 over to me. So yeah, it's real good, Chris. That's Kilo 4, Mike Golf Yankee. Who else is east? Where was I? South or east?
KG4 CXE, Chris and Royal.
Very good, Chris. You got a good copy as always. Kilo Golf 4, Charlie X-Ray Echo. Who else is south or east? You sound as well. Very good, Stan. That was Stan in Lebanon. Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo. Who else is south or east? Hey, Mr. Scott, you doing okay? You sound good. A little bit, it's funny. Your station, I just noticed, it has a bit of a warble to it. Am I copying similarly to you? There's a slight, warbling in your voice, just a very slight one. I don't know if it's overdriving the mic and causing that or what.
Oh, I may have been choking down. Is that any better?
Yeah, it is a little better. No, but you sound fine. Very good. That's Scott in Laverne, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. I'll let you listen to it. It's at 1:03, 1 minute and 3 minutes into the net. You can hear it yourself. Who else is wherever it was, south or east? Or north? Nobody else north, south, east, or west? Any place, anywhere, anything? Upper sideband donglers, lackeys, lurkers, and sandbaggers. All right, we're going to move right over to 6 meters then. We're going to go over there right now. It's 50.135. We'll see you then. K4 PEW. Very good. K4 PEW at the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Looking for check-ins from the west. Please come now.
04 OTV.
Very good. Got you in there solid there, Joel. Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor. And over in the Northwest Territories, west of Joelton. Who else is? Boy, looks like my SWR went crazy. Hold on 1 second. Well, I'm kind of afraid. Hold on 1 second. It still says I'm going to transmit, but that's weird because it looks like my SWR is awful. Who else is wherever I was? Must be something wrong with my coax. I don't know. Who else is wherever I was? West. Hold on. Bear with me. Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey. Hold on. Hang on. I'll get there. Hang on. Well, I don't know. It's really getting messed up here. That's better. No, it's not better. K4P 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. No, it's awful. Maybe skipping this mode tonight. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I have a bad connection out there or what. It looked okay earlier. If you'd make that announcement, Chris, that I can't finish the 6 meter now.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to hear Paul. This is KG4 CXC, and some issues with the potentially coax or connection, and he can't do that. I heard Greg out there say that he copied that.
Well, let me try that. Anybody copying me here? K4PEW?
Yeah, Paul, you're back at full, well, pretty much full strength to me.
Well, yeah, I'm on a dipole, the off-center fed dipole I have out there. We'll give it a try on this one. Who else is West? Please come now.
Kilo 4 Alpha Lima.
Ah, very good. Get you in there. Very good. That's Alan, Kilo 4 Alpha Lima. They're from the Hermitage station. Who else is West? West or South? West or South or East? KM4HQE, that's Stan over in Lebanon. Anybody else South or East or West? What was that last station? Okay, that was Chris, right? Kilo 4 Mike Golf Yankee. Very good. That was Kilo 4 Mike Golf Yankee, Chris. Mike Golf, Kilo 4 Mike Golf Yankee. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere?
Tell me as well, Paul. KG4 CXE.
KG4 CXE. It pays to have a couple of antennas. Who else is? That was Chris. KG4 CXE. Who else is? Any place, anywhere? Anybody, any place, anywhere? Please come down. Hey, very good. Got you in there, Pat. You copy there, Pat? Oh, I've got a good copy. The signal strength isn't that big, but I have a full copy on your audio. Very good. That was Pat, Kilo Oscar 4 Yankee Quebec Echo, with a good signal out of his little home station there at the moment. Who else? Any place, anywhere? Nobody? North, south, east, or west? Very good. We're going to go over to the, unless I hear something, we're going to go over to the 223.415. Anybody ready for that? Well, we're going over there whether you like it or not. This is K4PW. This is K4PEW with our finishing up our Cavalcade of Nets tonight. Hey, Tony, how you doing? We do so many nets, I can't even keep up with them.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
I'd say we do so many nets, it's hard for me to keep track.
Yes, it is. Yeah, let's just hope the sound of that doesn't evolve. I don't think I can stand that.
No, it will not. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's going to be just good or better than last. Who else is out there on 220.415, 223.415? Okay, let's try that again. Anybody out there besides Tony?
Kilo for Alpha Lima.
Hey, very good. I didn't realize you had 220. That's excellent.
Yeah, the cord on the transverter was disconnected. So last time I was down at the shack, I remembered this time to fix it, so I did.
Ah, very good. Yeah, I've opened up this, they got the monitor function on this. I've opened it up just to be sure I'm catching everybody. But that was Alan with his remote station. Again, he's in Alexandria, and our remote station's here in wherever it is, Hermitage. Who else is that? Was Kilo 4 Alpha Lima. Anybody else?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Yeah, very good. I'm sure you're copying Alan's signal pretty good.
Yeah, did you copy Jack? I had Jack full scale.
No, Jack, go ahead, please.
I got you full scale, Jack. He can barely hear you, Paul. So anyway, relay Jack in there.
Oh, that's pretty wild. Yeah, I heard him briefly, but I couldn't tell who it was. Okay, very KG4ILV. That is strange though that you've got him full scale and I don't have barely anything. Anybody else out there besides Kilo Gold 4 India Lima Victor? Anybody else? Please come in.
Go ahead, Jack. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's wild. You're full scale to me, so who knows?
I can just barely hear Jack in there, just pieces of it, you know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, whatever. We're good. So it makes it so much fun. We have no idea what we're doing. Anyway, we got 5 in there tonight. Myself, K4PEW. We had Alan, Kilo 4 Alpha Lima. We had KF4KFQ, Tony in Smyrna, and we had Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo in Antioch, and Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor in Donaldson. Anybody else out there?
WV0NOL.
Hey, very good. See, you can actually hear people tonight.
Well, I can hear you and I can hear Alan.
Oh, that's all you need, man.
You got it. That's enough.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it was nice to have Alan in there. I hadn't heard him on this band before. Anyway, that's Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar, and Northwest Wilson, which gives a grand total of 6 tonight here on this mode. That's a big night, really, for 220. Anybody else out there? Nothing out there. North, south, east, or west, any place, anywhere, please come in. All right, that's good. We're going to close the net with 6. Appreciate you guys being there, and have a good night. We're closing the net. K4PEW 73.
Paul, what is your 6-digit grid?
Wait one. Let me finish ending this thing on the YouTube thing. Hate to keep that running. I've done that.